See, mistake. I have forgotten. Yeah. So you write down, and now what are we done now? About what I was telling you, last one.
Sir, the questions.
No,
Sir,
no.
fixed deposit discounted rate at monthly.
Fixed deposit at discounted rate for monthly payments. The next point you must know is, in the case of fixed deposit and a recurring deposit, you are entitled to take loan at 90% of the deposit with interest 2% over the interest they are paying along with GST plus GST. Then you must know about demat account. What is a demat account? A demat account is an account opened for purchase and sale of shares. And basically, if this is known, that is sufficient. Then after demat account, you should also know about NRE. NRE account, non-resident external account, non-resident ordinary account, FC NRD account. See, who is a non-resident? A person who is working abroad or studying abroad and he stays more than 180 days in a foreign country, he is known as a non-resident. What is a non-resident ordinary account? Non-resident ordinary account is an account where an account is opened when a person was resident, he goes abroad, he becomes a non-resident, then the account will be converted to non-resident ordinary account. In the case of non-resident ordinary account, the interest payable is subject to TDS, tax deducted at source. Normally, 30% of the tax is to be deducted at source, whether it is savings bank or current account, as the case may be, or fixed deposit. Then next one account is known as non-resident external account. This is a type of account where a deposit is opened only with remittance from abroad. That is in terms of foreign currency. When he visits India, he can come and deposit foreign currency, and with that he can open. Otherwise, he can remit money from abroad for opening of a NRE. The NRE account can be in the form of fixed deposit or savings bank or current account. Here, the amount is converted into Indian rupees and credited to the account, and it is eligible for repatriation abroad. It can be remitted abroad without reference to Reserve Bank of India also. The only condition is the remittances must be only in foreign currency. It is entitled to the same rate of interest as mostly that of resident deposits. But the problem in this account is it is subject to exchange rate fluctuation. What is exchange rate fluctuation? Supposing in 2022 April, a person remits $10,000, it will be converted into rupees as per rate prevalent on that date. and credited to the savings account or current account or fixed deposit, whatever it is. But when the person wants to remit this money abroad, supposing he wants to remit money in April 2023, the rate that is present today will be applied. Mostly the foreign currency US dollar, it is always, its value is increasing. So there may be some loss on account of that in terms of foreign currency. That is one thing. But this loss on account of foreign exchange can be avoided in the case of, say, FCNRD account. In the case of foreign currency non-resident deposit account, they are opened in selected currencies like US dollar, pound sterling, euro, and Japanese yen. And here they are opened only as fixed deposit. Period, I think it may be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Please check it up. And the rate of interest will be lower compared to the rate of interest paid in fixed in our domestic deposits. On the date of receipt of the money from abroad for foreign currency, it will be converted to rupees notionally, and it will be maintained in our accounts in notional rupees, because we cannot have our balance sheet in dollar or pound sterling. It will be converted to rupees and maintained as a fixed deposit. The interest also will be paid in terms of, say, dollars or whatever it is, at the same reduced rate of interest. And on maturity, the money is eligible for repatriation abroad without any exchange rate fluctuation. I hope you follow this. Supposing somebody remits $10,000 to India from America for, say, 2 years, and let us assume the rate of interest is 3%. So at the end of the 2 years period, whatever is the interest accumulated, that much dollars and also $10,000 is eligible for repatriation abroad. So this is known as foreign currency non-resident deposit account. In states like Gujarat, Kerala, Punjab, you have a lot of people going abroad for gainful employment. And so you will be having lot of NRE, NRO, and then FCNRD accounts. Then this much for deposits. Now coming to advances or loans. You know what is banking? Banking means accepting deposits from the public and making advances to others. Bank pays a particular rate of interest to the depositors, but it will be charging a higher rate from the borrowers, because the source of funds for banks are, number one, the capital, number two, other bonds that they are raising in the market. For example, recently SBI is raising money from the foreign market. I'm not sure how much it is, $2 billion or $2 million. So much money they are raising at some rate of interest, specific rate of interest. So that money plus the deposits which the banks get from the public. So these are the source of funds which banks use for lending money to the borrowers and also to make investment in government securities. It is necessary for banks in India, scheduled commercial banks, to invest in government securities up to an extent of 18% of their net demand and time liabilities. NDTL, net demand and time liabilities. Of that 18%, they will have to keep under SLR, that is known as statutory liquidity reserve. At present, it is 18%. This can be maintained in the form of cash or in the form of government securities or in the form of gold. Next, banks are supposed to maintain 4.5%. Right now, it is 4.5% of their NDTL as cash reserve ratio. This money is to be kept as balance in the current account of the bank with Reserve Bank of India. So this is known as cash reserve ratio. So that means a bank which has got 100 rupees NDTL has to maintain 4.5 rupees in the form of cash reserve ratio, that is as balance in its current account with RBI, and 18% in the form of government securities, and balance money only it can make use of for giving as loans to borrowers. The principle of banking is mainly based on the concept that not all customers will be withdrawing monies on the same day. That happens only when customers are worried about the safety of their deposits, like what happened recently in Silicon Valley Bank. About a month back or so, in Silicon Valley Bank in United States, they made an announcement, we have to raise $2 billion in order to balance our books. This statement was made. The moment this statement was made, that created a negative image in the minds of the customers. So everybody started withdrawing money. Nowadays, you don't have to go to the bank to withdraw money. You can withdraw money, transfer money through online itself. So that resulted in 1 day or 2 days, the bank had to meet its commitments by selling lot of government securities which it had bought years back. The bank had bought a lot of government securities in those days at a very less rate of interest, whereas now the rate of interest has risen, as a result of which people were not willing to buy those government securities also. So there was a huge loss for the bank that put the bank into problem. Later on, government came to that rescue. They said all the deposits of the banks are safeguarded. So this is known as a run, R-U-N. when quite a good number of customers or majority of the cash is being withdrawn from bank, that is known as a run. And such occasions are very rare in India. I think I told you we have had experience in Indian Bank in the year 1996, when Indian Bank incurred a loss of 3,000 crores in those days. I'm talking about 96. Then the news spread in the paper, among the public. In those days, this much internet was not there, this much social media was not there. So what happened? In spite of it, some newspaper reports and maybe some radio reports, after hearing that, all the old people like me who were having deposits with Indian Bank started standing at the branches of Indian Bank, more especially Mylapore branch of Indian Bank, and they wanted money to be taken out from their account. In those days, there was no question of transfer of money from one bank to another bank through internet and all that much. I don't think it had come. So people were all standing in queues outside the bank for withdrawing funds. And it so happened on one day, I was not there, I was in Delhi. Bank had to make payment till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the night. They were going on bringing cash from Reserve Bank or from some other bank, and they were making payment so that there is no negative name created in the mind of the bank. Then thereafter, what happened? Suddenly, government also realized, they replenished the capital 3,000 plus. So thereafter, the bank has started improving. So it went up. Nowadays, it has become a regular feature for banks to be in problem with huge losses. And after that, only Reserve Bank of India has come out with a scheme known as prompt corrective action. Banks which are incurring loss continuously for 2-3 years and which have problem in repaying monies to the customers and all, they are being brought under prompt corrective action. And according to that, the banks like Bank of Maharashtra, Central Bank of India, Indian Overseas Bank, Bank of India, then UCO Bank, I'm not sure whether I am omitting some banks. So these banks were brought under prompt corrective action, and they were told when they are under prompt corrective action, they cannot make any new big advances. They have to renew the existing advances only. They cannot open new branches. They cannot recruit new staff members. So these are the restrictions. From that stage only, all the banks could come out because government was pumping in lot of funds to meet their negative figures. And so now almost all the banks have come out of the prompt corrective action. So I was telling you about this one, loans. Yeah. Now what happened? A bank cannot keep the money with itself without making advances to its borrowers, because it has to meet its commitment in making payment of interest to the depositors. And it has to meet its other liabilities. Maybe if they have issued some bonds, when the bonds become matured, they have to make payment. And for all that, and they have to earn profit. They have to earn income, because one, they have to pay interest to depositors. Two, they have to pay establishment expenses like rent for premises, salary for staff, and other regular expenses like electricity charges, water charges, coolie, stationery charges, so many charges are there. So they have to meet all this, and after meeting all this only, balance money left out, they have to allow for depreciation. Not only depreciation, nowadays one more expenditure is in the form of provision for bad debts. Whenever a loan account repayment is not coming for 90 days, or interest is not paid for 90 days, such an account will be classified as non-performing asset. When an account is classified as non-performing asset, bank cannot take the interest income from that account into their income account, but it has to be kept in a reserve account, and only when it is realized it can be taken to income. So what happened, whenever an account becomes NPA, depending on whether it is a secured or unsecured, banks have to make provision. And this NPA also, as you know, is classified as substandard, doubtful, loss assets. So that is the provision. And nowadays, even in respect of standard assets, that means accounts where loans are being repaid properly also, banks are advised to reserve some percentage as provision. For example, 0.25%, 1%, that depends on the nature of advance. If the advance is secured, then some percentage. If the advance is given to staff, some percentage. If the advance is against its own deposit, some percentage. I think nil percentage in that case. Likewise, there are different percentages. So banks have to debit expenses towards this, that is known as provision. The total amount of advance, you know, from and out of that, the amount that has become NPA, that is known as gross NPA. And out of that gross NPA, subtract the provisions made. That becomes net NPA. So for commerce students, normally they will ask these questions. What is gross NPA? What is the NNPA? What is gross NPA of Karnataka Bank, of Federal Bank? Like that they will ask. What is net NPA of the bank? This question will be asked. So this is under the advances. Now I have told you why banks have to make advances. The advances, there are different types of advances. Number one, loan against its own deposit. That is a very safe advance. Second type of advance is loan against gold jewels. Bank cannot make advance against gold bars, gold biscuits. No, they cannot make advance. They can make advance against jewels. There again, it can be classified as jewel loan for agriculture or jewel loan for non-agriculture purposes. So depending on that, the rate of interest will differ. So first type of advance, I told you, loan against deposit, then gold loan. So likewise, let us see what are the other types of loans that they give. I am just taking our Karnataka Bank before me, and Karnataka Bank before me, and let us just analyze what are the different types of advances that can be there. There can be, for say KBL, there is, don't forget about KBL when you go for federal. loans for MSME, finance for micro, small and medium enterprises. Here again, you must know the definition of micro, small, medium. Many people get confusion over this. Micro units are units wherein the investment in plant and machinery is less than 1 crore and turnover is less than 5 crore. Then small industries are those units where the investment in plant and machinery is less than 10 crores and turnover less than 50 crores, 50 crores. Then micro, small, medium. Medium means investment in plant and machinery less than 50 crore and turnover less than 250 crore. So this is what it is. So MSME advances. Next one is commodity pledge. To assist traders or millers in financing them. That is, they do finance against, say, grains, food grains and all, subject to certain restrictions from time to time, where the government feels that the people are hoarding stocks and all, they may not allow it. But here I think they do allow against grains also. Then contractor mitra, finance for contractors for meeting business requirements. Contractors means business requirements what? Buying a tractor, buying a machine like this, then repairing of that, making payment of labor charges, whatever it is. Then banks do give loan against mortgage of land, normally no for land, but for building. Building against mortgage of that. What is mortgage? When a land or say building is to be given as security, it is given in the form of mortgage. By mortgage, what we do, the owner of the property will be having title deeds with him. The title deeds will be given to the bank with an intention to create equitable mortgage. Further, the mortgage will be registered with the registrar. And then it will be given as either loan or as overdraft. What is overdraft? Loan means 5 lakh loan means you are given in one installment 5 lakh loan. You are asked to repay every month 25,000. That is loan. In the case of overdraft, the party is given a limit. Supposing you have a building worth 1 crore and your balance sheet, your say income statements, etc. are good, bank is convinced you are asking for overdraft, they will give you 75 lakhs. This limit can be used by you. That means you can draw up to 75 lakhs. Today, you want 2 lakhs, you can take 2 lakhs. Tomorrow, 4 lakhs, you can take 4. Now balance 6 lakhs. After 2 days, you want to remit back 1 lakh. Now it becomes 5 lakhs. So you will be paying interest only on the balance really outstanding in the overdraft account. So that is known as mortgage, either OD or loan. Then here there is one scheme with Karnataka Bank, Mahila Udyog, finance for women entrepreneurs. That is same, whether it is male or female, they are doing business, but it is specially classified as Mahila, possibly because they may be giving some concessions here in the matter of rate of interest or whatever it is. Then this is micro mitra, that is micro industries. Then business quick loan, overdraft against security deposit. Sometimes the loan against deposit can be taken, or overdraft against deposit can also be taken. Then this is Swanidhi. Swanidhi is making advances for pavement dwellers. This was introduced by government recently in 2021 or so. When after the COVID, the business people were a lot of difficulties. So they said each payment dweller can be given 10,000 rupees to be repaid over some period. And again, they offered lot of interest subvention. If they repay within a proper time, the effective rate of interest will be somewhere around 4% or so, something, or 7%. So concessions are being given. So this is known as PM Swanidhi scheme. In respect of Federal Bank, Karnataka Bank, mostly they may not ask about very tough questions under government schemes. However, I have given you materials to you for government schemes like Pradhan Mantri Samman Nidhi, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, then those schemes and all, you can go through that. And also many of the financial inclusion schemes like Atal Pension Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, Sukanya Samriddhi Deposit. So those things, just read overall and have an idea. They may not ask tough questions from this because most of these banks, they are not interested in doing much of a government business because they have not been given the power to do such things. For example, PPF account is not there in many of the private sector banks. I think it is not there in Federal Bank. It's not there in KBL also. So those things you don't have to worry. So simply about different types of loans, you get to know like this. So banks receive deposits, pay interest to depositors, gives loans, takes interest from the borrowers. The difference in income received over the expenses is known as profit. And if the bank makes profit, they declare dividend to their shareholders. So this is in nutshell. But nowadays, what you have to do is to know the classification and agriculture, then NRI priority banking we have already discussed, then digital banking also, because almost all of you are engineering graduates. So they will be asking questions relating to cryptocurrency, digital currency, and say online banking, mobile banking, and what are the problems in that, how they can be avoided. Then there can be questions relating to payments also, like say UPI, IMPS, then National Financial Switch, then National Automated Clearing House, that is coming under NPCI. Please go through that also and get to know in detail about all of them. Apart from that, you must know about the bank with which you are having account, like the chairman of the bank, like the total branches of the bank, roughly if you can know the deposit, fine. Or at least you must be able to talk about the branch where you are having account, how many staff are working, how many clerks are there, whatever it is. So this is one type of question they can ask you, say about in the interviews when you go like this. See, the interview is more, I have been telling repeatedly, 60% luck, 40% merit. Most of the interviews start with tell me about yourself. Very rarely, sometimes when they are bored with so many things, say one day when the interview starts at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, and by about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, people will be tired And so when you enter, they will wish you. So you must enter the room. You must wait for them to offer you seat, then take your seat without making much noise and sit and look at the eyes of the chairman. Look at the eyes of the chairman, and not only look at one person only, look at the other people also. Luckily or unluckily, in the case of Federal Bank, it is only two people. Probably Karnataka Bank. Anybody has attended interview last time, Karnataka Bank? I think sometimes 2 or 3, I'm not sure about it. It is not like Federal IBPS or Food Corporation of India or SIDBI where you have 5 or 6 people sitting. So that problem will not be there. I think in most of the cases, the interview may be 1-to-1, person to person. But nowadays, in many banks, I think in Karnataka Bank, it is going to be 1-to-1 only. They may have 10 channels where they will be conducting like a exhibition. People will be coming and going, and it will go on like that. And there only luck depends. It depends on the luck. If you are going to be in the last, don't think that you have no chances, but then it depends. If you are the last and you don't answer properly, then you may be rated low. That's what it is. And these are the questions that you may be getting. Apart from this, you will be asked questions relating, as I told you, about native place, etc. Then about the current affairs also. That is what is mattering a lot nowadays. They will ask static GK questions relating to your state, your district, and something else also. In some of the IBPS interviews and all, they used to ask about, tell me the names of 5 prime ministers of our country, 5 presidents of India. In 1 or 2 Federal Bank interviews also, they have asked, name the 5 governors of Reserve Bank of India. Name the 5 chief ministers of your state. Like that they can ask. So this is how the interviews will be going on. But I think today I have covered almost all aspects that are to be covered in the case of an interview. And above all, what is more important is confidence with which we communicate. You must look at the eyes of the communicator. You should not appear to be proud. At the same time, you should not appear to be too very, what I can say, not having lack of confidence, diffident. No, that should not be like that. You should sit in such a way, and when you sit, you should not put one leg over the other. You must sit normally, say with 2 legs. Sit, I mean, you should keep them close, look at the eyes of the interviewers and smile at them. Be hopeful that you have done your homework, you have prepared. You will be getting only questions of your choice. But the majority, what I find candidates, is because we are not having experience in talking to strangers, because we are not having experience in communicating in English, we find it difficult. So I suggest the regular questions like native place, about yourself, about bank. These things you try to do demonstration at home many times by asking your mummy to come. Mummy, come on, sit down here. I am going to talk. You listen. She will say, I don't understand. No problem. You don't have to understand. Listen to me. You must force her and talk to her. And if possible, you record it and replay it and evaluate yourself. This way you can improve your communication skill. Even here in that, today Aman has come. Aman was doing very well. Aman was able to communicate more or less nicely today. And in fact, while posting in the channel also, I have told good one. I have told good one also. Not, I don't tell this in many of the cases. This one I told because he has been able to communicate. He has been able to communicate. Tell me about yourself. Are you seeing the screen now?
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My
Wait, please wait. There is some problem here.
my name is Aman Kumar. I am a native of Delhi. I am currently living in Sarita Vyar. I did my schooling from Notre Dame School, Badrapur, NTPC. In 2018, I completed my high school, and in 2000.
Are you able to hear? Are you able to
Yes.
hear? Yeah, you
Yes,
are able to
sir.
hear.
It's
Yeah,
audible.
yeah.
20, I completed my senior secondary school. And currently, I'm pursuing Bachelor of Commerce honors from Jagannath International Management School, which is affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. I have done few internships in HR and skills like competitive mapping, industry analysis, and all the recruiting skills I have learned during my internship. And it was indeed a valuable learning for me. Speaking about my strength and achievement, I describe myself as an enthusiastic and self-motivated person. I have great leadership skills, interpersonal skills, and people management skills too. Since I have been leading one of the society in my college, that is Human Resource Club of James Kalkaji, there I have been responsible for conducting various corporate events for the students.
Yeah, I'm not replaying it now because you can always listen to that later on. Now, this is what it is. See, based on what you speak, the questions will follow. So be careful about preparation of introduction of about yourself. And yeah, so you can see the level of confidence of people differs. Again, it is due to one's practice, experience, that's all, nothing else. People who have been brought in Delhi, probably in CBSE schools or good schools, those who communicate in English, for them, it will be easy. But the only problem is about Federal Bank, they are very keen on English. Karnataka Bank, not so much keen on English, but knowledge-wise, confidence level-wise, they do evaluate people properly. That's what I have seen from my results that have been announced last year. So these are some of the points I thought I can tell you. Any questions, please? Any questions? And regarding, say, I request you to tell about my self WhatsApp number and our classes through any other group if you are member. Probably many of you are not members, I don't know. Because this time the number of people who have joined appears to be very, very low. How many people have been called for Karnataka Bank interview? Anybody knows? I think I don't know if the number is very low, then I can appreciate, because last time I had minimum 200 people or so for Karnataka Bank clerk. For this Karnataka Bank PO, anybody knows how many people have been called for interview? Nobody knows. Karnataka Bank, nobody knows, doesn't matter. So whatever it is, kindly tell my cell phone number to in other centers, so that if anybody can join, let them join now. But I find what happens, people come and join in the last minute. 2nd May is interview, they will come on 1st May. Then it will be really difficult to accommodate on my behalf, because the same thing happened in the case of SIDB. Probably interview is starting today. Nobody has sent questions so far. And there was a huge rush on last Sunday. Many people came. I was doing interview for about 8 to 9 people on one day continuously. This is what is happening. And similarly, such of those people who have not taken their 1st and 2nd assignments, please fix it up beforehand, so that you can have your interviews. I have done today one for Sweta, one for our Aman, and I have fixed the dates for second for them also. Somya also, I have fixed one. So likewise, others are there, you can get it done. If there is anybody who is listening to this video and you have to appear for any interview for which you have already paid me, if you have not taken a date, please tell me and fix the date by messaging in WhatsApp 8072177482. Nandri Vanakam.
And I've also been responsible for conducting webinars and seminars for the students. I
Hello, sir.
This boy Aman started talking. I pressed that one wrongly. Aman.
Hello, sir. I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, like I have the quarterly report of Karnataka Bank. I could not find anything summarized about in the PDF, sir. Could you please explain about the PDF? I'll WhatsApp you the. Yes, sir. I'll WhatsApp you the PDF.
Please WhatsApp me. Please send it to me. Yeah. Any other question from others? Somya, why are you not? Somya is not here. Gone.
Yes, sir.
Somya, you are not attending classes regularly. Why? Is it due to internet problem?
No, sir. Yesterday I was ill.
Yesterday there was no
I
class
was
now.
home.
Yesterday there was no
Yes, the
class.
day before, yes.
Day before yesterday. I think you came and you went out immediately. Doesn't matter. But if it has been due
No, sir,
to...
internet was not working very well.
Yeah, I know. That is the problem. Did you watch the video afterwards?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Very
sir, I
good.
watched.
You watched. That's right. Good. Excellent. Now, Sweta, any questions you would like to ask me? Sweta. Sweta.
Hello, sir.
Now, because you know
Yes, sir.
the interview, you have taken one interview. And after that, today,
Yes, sir.
I try to tell all important points, keeping the way you and Aman Kumar answered, keeping that in mind. I have covered almost all the points that are there. I think
Yes, sir.
this video is going to be a very useful video because so
Yes,
many
sir. Those
questions.
will be. I have to read all those. Some of the
Yeah.
points are missing today.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you have to read them and memorize them also. Good.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Sweta, now tell about yourself confidently. You are not, nobody is seeing you now. Tell me confidently. I am Sweta.
Yes, sir.
Tell.
Hello, sir. My name is Shweta. I am from Kasaragod, Kerala. I have completed my BSMS course from ISA Thiruvananthapuram in physics. My family include me and my mother. She's a homemaker. My hobbies would be I love solving puzzles and reading stories and cooking. And my strength would be I'm a good listener, quick learner, and a very enthusiastic, joyful person. So this will summarize the brief about me.
Yeah, thanks. You told nicely. Sweta, you please tell
Yes, sir.
about yourself. Not Sweta. Sorry, Soumya. I'm confusing between Sweta and Soumya.
Yes, sir.
Soumya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My name is Soumya Kumari Gupta. I am from Giridi, Jharkhand. I completed my post-graduation Masters of Commerce from Giridi College, which is affiliated under Vinoba Bhave University. Talking about my family is four. My father is a businessman, my mother is a homemaker, and my brother is also a businessman. I am talking about my strength. My strength, I am a very joyful person. I have good communication skills and interpersonal skills. And sir, my hobbies are I like to cook very much in my free time. So this is about myself, and I am also very useful for banking.
I will be very useful for banking, something like that. Good.
Yes.
Very good. Then who can?
Sir, I have WhatsApp you the PDF file, sir. Could you please check and
Which one? You sent something now? Achha.
yes, sir, and WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. What is your number?
86088.
Oh. This one. Oh. Okay, we will take it up tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow
Oh, okay, sir.
we will take it up and I will share it with others in the. Why don't you post in our Telegram? Can you post in our Telegram itself?
Sure, sure. I can post. I will post.
Post in our Telegram itself. All of you are members of Telegram group, no? So that way you can see there also. I will just go through this and also talk to you tomorrow, keeping this as a target and cover some points relating to it. But this will be asked more in detail only for commerce and MBA students mostly, not for other candidates. Understand? Of course, every candidate must know what is the total deposits, what is the total advances, what was the profit made, what is the risk-weighted assets. That is, what is the term? I'm not getting it. Nowadays, I'm forgetting it. Capital risk,
CRAR.
CRAR. Those things you must know. Okay, good. Very nice. Anybody would like to talk about himself now? Aman has already talked. Soumya talked. Then Sweta talked. Others, Ravi Teja, would you like to tell about yourself? Come on. Vinish, would you like to tell about yourself?
Yes, I am ready, sir.
Yeah.
So first of all, I would like to thank you for giving this opportunity to introduce myself, sir. So my name is Vinish Kotni and I am from Palkunda, Srikakulam district, Andhra Pradesh. I am pursuing my BTech Civil Engineering at Shastra Deemed to be University, Tanjavur. And I did my +1, +2 at Sesi Junior College, Andhra Pradesh. And I did my schooling at Sita Mahalakshmi Devi Public School, Palakunda, which is situated at my native place. My strengths are I'm honest, punctual, and self-motivated, and always eager to adopt new technologies. And my short-term goal is to get a good job at reputed organization. And my long-term goal is to become a responsible and knowledgeable person and achieve a good position in my organization. And also coming to my family consists of 3 members, and my mother is a homemaker, and my brother is working as a hardware engineer at Kochi. So at my college, I'm leading some of the roles which I could able to coordinate some of the clubs called Hinges, Core, etc. So I would like to conclude my introduction by this. Thank you, sir.
That etc. was not required.
Okay, sir.
That etc. Because etc. we will use only when you are telling about 4, 5, and still you have many more things to say. So you say I am in charge of this particular organization, that will do. Then Realme X2, what is your name?
Sir, Vyas.
Yes, please tell about yourself.
Sir, it's okay, sir. I'll tell you tomorrow. The separate interview.
That is Tamil Nadu boys.
It's not, sir. I can tell you even now, but I'll tell you anyway in this separate interview.
Doesn't matter. No problem. Just like
Sir,
that.
should we need to say about our family in the introduction of about ourselves?
Yeah, you can tell, nothing wrong, because you
Okay,
can
sir.
tell about
Now
yourself.
I'm asking, is it necessary really?
Necessary means see, they expect you to talk for 1 minute to check up whether you are fluent in English. That is the only object, nothing else. And
Yes.
because of your fear in talking in English, we are not going to be talking even for 30 seconds. It creates a bad impression.
Okay, sir.
But if they are in a hurry, they may stop you at some stage. And you
Yes.
must be willing to stop at that stage. And remember this, that you have stopped here, and try to cover up some of the important points which you want to tell about yourself while answering other questions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So thank you so much. Today's video is supposed to be really good because I have given almost all these questions in written form also. But today something prompted me to tell you in a cogent manner, like this. So you please take note of this one and watch and accordingly prepare yourself also. Okay. Thank you. Anybody else? Any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Best wishes. I enjoyed talking to you. Tomorrow.
Thank you so much, sir.
Tomorrow we will meet at, and Anybody was interview has not been fixed so far? Tomorrow, my slots are all free. And anybody
Sir, can I
want,
have tomorrow, sir? I haven't done any one in interview even.
you have not taken date also with me?
Sir, I'll take tomorrow, sir. Is it available?
Yeah, tomorrow. Are you okay with 6:30 p.m.?
Yes, sir. I'm okay with 6:30.
Sir, even I have not taken any interviews.
Yeah, 1 minute. 6:30 p.m. Vyas,
For viewers,
your number starts with
86088.
okay. 6:30 p.m. Please send a message confirming
sir.
it in WhatsApp. This is one.
At what time should I send message, sir?
No, now itself you can send it.
Okay, sure, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now next person who wants tomorrow,
Ravi Teja, sir.
Ravi Teja. What is it okay for 7 o'clock for you? 7 p.m. tomorrow. Or Ravi Teja, are you there? Ravi Teja,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Are
sir.
you-
Network issue.
is it okay 7 o'clock for you?
Yes, sir.
7
Tomorrow,
o'clock.
7 o'clock. Okay.
Time, tell me the time.
Tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Sir.
True. Sorry, I am asked. Instead of asking your number, I am again telling time. Please tell me your
Number
first
8971
last number.
7132
Oh,
5949.
Vasan, no, don't tell fully.
5949.
Not required. Fully not required. Doesn't matter. Very good. Ravi Teja. Anybody else whose interview has not been fixed even once? You can take time from me for tomorrow because I am free. Today also I was free only. No problem. Best wishes. Thank you so much. Bye.